Hi YouTube, and welcome to another video. Thanks for joining me today. Don't forget to thumbs up the video. Go ahead and like this video. Share it with a friend if you know anybody who would be interested in this content. I really appreciate each and every one of you for coming back. I really appreciate every thumbs up, every comment left. I try to respond to every single comment that I get. So leave me a comment. I will get back to you. A lot of times when I get a comment, if I'm not doing anything, I'll respond right away. So make sure you leave me a comment, leave me a thumbs up, just leave me a heart in the comment section if you don't have any other thing that you want to add or any questions that you want to ask me. But I really wanted to just say that I appreciate every interaction on my videos, and I do appreciate every thumbs up, and I do appreciate every view. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to this channel. We have a lot of different things that we do here on the channel, and so I hope that you'll be able to find something that will inspire you, something that will spark your creativity, and something that you can do or a gift that you can make for someone else. So thank you for joining me. Now on with the video. God bless you. You have an awesome and an amazing day. Be blessed, my friends. Bye-bye. Hi YouTube, and welcome to another video. Thank you for joining me today. It is a Friday night. I'm kind of tired. I've been out of town all day. So I'm just going to share some things that I've been learning in a Bible study that I'm doing on the book of Habakkuk with a few other people. And one of the things that we talked about in one of our sessions was that God does not work on emotions. So he's not emotional like human beings are emotional. He doesn't work on emotions. And that God, he works from his word. So whatever he wrote in his word, that's really what he's going to work from. And so we want to know how God is working or what God is doing. We need to be reading the scriptures. We need to be reading the Bible. And one of the things that stood out, it says that God's word will not return unto him void. It will not return unto him empty. It will not return unto him unaccomplished. But it will accomplish all that he sent it out to do, because God is immutable and he is unchangeable. So he is not going to be changed. He is unchanging, and he's going to do exactly what he said he's going to do. So I thought that was some really good things to remember about God. But thank you for joining me today. I was out of town, like I said, all day. So while I was out of town, one of the things I did, I was over by a Joann's. I didn't know the Joann's was there, but when I looked up, there was a Joann's in front of me. So I was like, oh, let me go in here and see what they have. And so one of the things that I picked up is I picked up this set of crochet hooks. And it is these are Susan Bates. Normally, I don't work with Susan Bates. I prefer Boyd. I like the other hook shape. I don't really care for this. But I've been seeing a few people who do amigurumis really like this size. And so a lot of times when I do amigurumi, I will use a K hook. So I'm going to try this one out and see how I like it. But I paid $5.49 for these 3 hooks, and it's a 5.5, which is an I, 6 millimeter, which is a J, and a 6.5 millimeter, which is a K. And they have like a little soft handle. So I'm going to play with them. I paid $5.49 for them. And while I was checking out at the register, I saw these behind the register. And these are some hot fix crystal little wand guns. So if you have some individual hot fix crystals, you can put them down with this little wand gun. And it says it was regularly $14.99. Excuse me. It's a Simplicity, but I paid $3.43, and they had 2. So I ended up getting both of them. Because I looked for my gun the other day when I did the little Victoria keychains, and I was not able to find the one. I have one that you plug up, that plugs into the wall, that you won't have to continue to hold the button. Like this one, you have to, I think you might have to continue to hold the button, but maybe this one, you slide it on and it'll stay on. This one is battery operated. My other one you plug into the wall. So I couldn't find it. So I do have one that plugs, that is battery operated. So I had to get some batteries and use that one the other day. But I made a quilt a long time ago. And it had a little girl's name in it. And I got it was an embroidery design that I got out of my embroidery machine. It was built in, and then it was a scallop little circle, and the little circle had these little circles within inside the circle. So me and my friend put hot fixed crystals in every single one of those circles. And I think each circle took about 20 hot fixed crystals, and I had probably about 30 circles, so I needed some help. So a friend helped me. I think she had a gun, one of the guns too. So I got these for if I do any projects like that ever again. So I got these two. And then I got some Red Heart Granny Square yarn. And I haven't gotten any Granny Square yarn before. And they had quite a few colors in this town. And we don't have any Granny Square yarn. Well, we didn't have these colors at my store. And this color is, I don't know, because they covered up the tag. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, this is Soft White, Frigid, and Blanco Suave or something to that effect. But this is the color. And I ended up getting 4 of these, and they were $4.94. No, $4.74, and I got 4 of them. And then I also got 4 of these, and I really like the color. And let me see if I can get a color on here. It says Black Espresso, so it's black and espresso. So I got 4 of those. And like I said, these were $4.74. I also ended up getting, let me take these out. Here, I'll take this out of there. I'll put them back in a second. I also ended up getting 2 of these, and I paid $3 and something for these little wooden crates. And what I plan on putting in these crates are my book sleeves for markets. So that's what I plan on putting on this crate. I'll probably stain it. I might stain it with some of the stain that I have. Or I might just Mod Podge it. I'm not sure yet, but I'm thinking I'm probably going to stain it. So I'm going to put this back in here. And then I also ended up getting, they had polyfill for 60% off. And at my store, they have 10-pound boxes, and they have, at least they did yesterday when I went in there. And my store had a 10-pound box for $24 or $29. But this store had 5-pound boxes. So I got a 5-pound box for $14. Which a 10-pound box still would have been the $29, $28. But I have a 10-pound box, I think, or maybe it's a 5-pound box. But I have a box in my back room back there. So I'll have to put that one back there and see. But I might get one more box if I can find another. If it goes down even more, I might get one more box, and then that will hold me over for probably a year or 2 or whatever, because I can make pillows also with that. And then also I ended up getting this whole bolt of, it says it's Happy Value Utility Fabric, but it says it's sublimation fabric, 100% cotton, and it's 43 inches wide. Now, cotton doesn't sublimate that I know. Sorry, I'm sweating. It's hot in here. Cotton doesn't sublimate, but I didn't get it for that anyway. I got it for linings for my bag, and I got it for embroidery projects to make embroidery blocks. So that's what I got it for. So, but it is, how many yards on here? It is 10 yards. It was $4 a yard, but it was 80% off. So for 10 yards of fabric, I paid, hold on. As I was saying before I got my phone call, I got this fabric. It's 10 yards and it was 80% off. It was $4 a yard and I paid $8 for the entire boat of 10 yards of fabric. And another thing I ended up getting, I got these candles for like wintertime if the lights go out or something like that. And I paid, it says it's regularly $22, but I paid $4 and something for these candles. And I'm trying to think if I got anything else. I don't think I got anything else. Let me, oh, yes, I did. I got two more things. I ended up getting this Burnett blanket, and I figured I would make a red, white, and blue jellyfish or a red, white, and blue loaf cat. One of the Zach's loaf cat, the small one, not the big one, but one of those. And this was $6. And then I also ended up getting, let me see what color this is. Oh, let me see what the color on this one. And this is a Burnett Blanket Brights, and the color is red, white, and boom. And this color is Pretty Girl. And it's almost like the Neapolitan one that I got, but this one's purple, pinks, and whites. The other one has cream in it. And I think it's like tan, cream, and doesn't have any purple in the other one. I don't see, I can see it over there, but it's over there. So these were the only other things I got. And then I did finish a couple of projects that I'll show you my finished projects. Okay, so some of my finished projects that I've gotten completed was I completed some more key fobs, and I just made these out of scraps of fabric. So this was some fabric that I showed you guys that I got at Joann's. So I made a key fob out of it. And this was some fabric that I got. That was some rescue fabric from a friend. And then I showed you this fabric that I got from Hobby Lobby. And then this was some rescue fabric from a friend. And then, let me see, this was a rescue fabric. This also was, these are the same fabrics. This is just in the scrunchy keychain, and this is less in the straight keychain. And then I also, let's see, all of these fabrics that I'm about to show you were rescued from, somebody gave me some fabric, and so it was just a little pieces of it, so I just rescued it and made some little scrunchy keychains with it. So I made these 3 crunchy keychains. I made these 2. I made these 2. I really like this galaxy looking fabric. And it has like sparkle in it too. And then I made these 2. And these 2 is out of fabric that looks like that. And then I also made this one, and I really like this fabric too. And I got this one, so I'll put a hook on it to hook it to your pants. And then I also made, well, I think I showed you guys this one. And then this was also rescue fabric, just scraps of fabric that somebody gave me, and I just said, okay, I can use those scraps. And then I also have this black and white one. And then remember this fabric right here that I showed you guys that I got from Hobby Lobby. It's some dinosaur fabric, and they were 74 cents for a fat quarter, and I got I think 5 fat quarters. And I made a project out of that. So I made this project out of that. I made this bag. And I also made a scrunchy keychain with it. And I also have some more projects that I'm going to add to that one. I'm going to add some little scraps that I had left over. I'm going to make like a little long pouch that you can stick a baby bottle in and sell that as like a diaper bag set. And then so on this one, I did sew onto it a little thing to hold the key pouch. So I'll put one of these little swivel clips on the other ones that I have. But I did sew this in there. And then I also made 2 of these bags. And so I did sew a little attachment to this one, either this one too, and I made a straight keychain for this one. And then I also sewed a tab for this one, and I added a scrunchy keychain to this one. And then I didn't add anything to this one, but I'm thinking about putting some words on this one. I'm thinking about crickifying this one or something because it's so plain. I'm thinking I'm going to dress it up a little bit. And then I also made this bag, and I also added an attachment here, and I put one of the lanyards on this one as well. And then I made a Gossip Girl bag, but I didn't add a key fob to this one. Nor did I make a key fob for it. And then this was on the bed, so I just went ahead and put together, I think I got a couple of these already, but it was on the bed, so I wanted to make all the pouches that I had already cut out on the bed. So I made this one, I made another one of these. And I have some of that on the boat, so I might make some more accessories to go with that one. And then I also did this one. This was cut out on the bed, but I didn't attach any hardware to it. But I think I have some key fobs in the ones I did last time. I might have scrunchy keychains, and then I might have a straight one. And then last but not least, I showed you guys that I had a little bit of coffee fabric that I had got in the remnant, and I also made that one, and I added a key fob to this one as well. And one of the things that I keep forgetting to do until it's too late, I forgot to cut the handles. I cut some pouches and some other stuff, and I forgot to cut the handles. So by the time I realized it, I had already cut up the other fabric because I have some pouches that I'm going to be making next, and I do have a pouch coming out of this fabric. So I had to go and find something else for the inside of my handle. So I just got this petite that I had gotten from an estate sale. So that's what I've been working on. And so now I'm done with all the tote bags. So then I will sew up all of the little pouches that I have on my bed, and all the zipper bags, and the little baby bottle attachments that I want to do to the dinosaur bag. And then when I'm done with those things, I'll come back and show you, of course. But thank you for joining me today. Don't forget to thumbs up the video. God bless you. You have an awesome and an amazing day. Be blessed, my friends. Bye-bye.